Hey everyone, okay, so today I'm going to be going through how to make a dreadful foundation actually work for your skin and going through some points on how to really make something that just isn't working work. So, first thing we need to do is your skincare. Whatever moisturizer or primer you're using underneath your skin, switch to a different one. You've almost certainly got other moisturizers around the house. Try a different one and then try the foundation. See if that works. Oftentimes that can fix it. Also, if you're just using moisturizer and then a foundation, try using a primer instead of a moisturizer. This can almost certainly fix the problem. I had a client just last week who was having trouble with a foundation. When we switched to a primer instead of the moisturizer, the foundation worked and worked beautifully. A primer can normally fix it. The same goes if you're having trouble with a primer that you're using before the foundation, switch to a moisturizer and see if that is compatible. Oftentimes the skincare we're using isn't compatible with the foundation, and that is a problem because the ingredients are not mixing well with the skin, so try that. The other thing to think about is what product you're using to apply it. So let's say you're using your fingers and it's not working out for you. Try using a brush or try using a sponge, or if you're using a sponge or a brush, try using your fingers. These things are so simple, but they can absolutely make a massive difference when it comes to applying foundation, because oftentimes foundations aren't cheap and we are spending money on them, and it's so disappointing when we've got one that just isn't working the way we want. So just these simple techniques, I know that they're simple and very but they really work, and oftentimes we get a foundation, don't like it, and we just forget about it, when in truth there's nothing wrong with the foundation. It's the incompatibility almost 90% of the time with the skincare products that we're using or the technique that we're using. I always think when sponges and brushes aren't working, use your fingers because you can work a product into the skin. An interesting note is I've made no bones about the fact that I'm not a massive fan of primer, and I have never have been. However, my views on primers are changing as formulas are improving. The reason being is because I'm not a big fan of texture on the skin. Once you hit your late 20s, trust me, you're not going to want texture on your skin because it makes everything very apparent. The good thing with primers is that with a primer you need to use less powder, and less powder means less texture. So my thoughts and theories on primers are absolutely changing, and I have noticed that incompatibility with foundations, with moisturizers and skincare are truly often remedied when using a primer, because almost all, 90% probably now, foundations are silicone based, and at least 90% of primers, probably 95% of primers are silicone based. The two work very, very well together. A water-based foundation and a silicone primer are not the best friends, and the same is true for the opposite way around. So you need to think about these things, but when in doubt, try a primer if your skincare isn't working for you. This was short and sweet, which is just how I like it in all areas of my life. But I know it makes sense, and that's what matters most. Give it a go, or even better, in the description bar below, in the comment section, talk to me about the foundation that you're using that is not working for you, and if I can see the comments and respond to enough of them, I will try very, very much to help you in trying to correct what may be going wrong. Thank you for listening, and I will see you all next time. Videos coming next, don't forget to like it, and I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.